Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Onepeg. In this video, I have something short and sweet for you, but there is a new and interesting development. Well, maybe a new and interesting development. I want to qualify this by saying this ahead of time. It's possible that the article that I'm about to show you was piggybacked off of something that was already provided to the United States court, and this isn't actually new. Or it could be new because the way that it reads, I think it might be new. But the article, at the very least, the article is new. It's dated as something new. This was written on the 27th of July, today, but it was today in Korea, which is 13 hours ahead of where we are in the United States, or where I am in the United States right now. So this was last updated at 2:05 p.m. local time to them, which would have been pretty early in the morning for us. That being said, it is dated today, and it talks about how Joo-Hoon Choi has an arrest warrant issued for his arrest. Reporter Kang Yun-hun, it has been confirmed that the police have applied for an arrest warrant for an official from Ironmace, a domestic game maker suspected of developing Dark and Darker by leaking Nexon's unreleased Project P3. According to the game industry, on the 27th, the Security Investigation Division requested a prior arrest warrant from Ironmace's Mr. Choi, and Mr. Choi is suspected of leaking the data of the unreleased game, which he was in charge of while working at Nexon, to the outside without permission. Nexon sued Mr. Choi in August of 2021. The police sent the case to the prosecution in August of last year, but at the request of the prosecution for a supplementary investigation, another one was concluded, including a seizure and search of the Ironmace office in March of this year. Based on the data obtained from that search and seizure, it's been investigated whether Choi used the data leaked from Nexon for Dark and Darker. The prosecution has accepted the police's request and has requested an arrest warrant for Choi from the court. But an interrogation of this suspect before their arrest, meaning the examination of the warrant's validity, has not yet been set. A police official said, "It's true, we've applied for an arrest warrant for the suspect, but we cannot provide details as it is an ongoing investigation." So it's very possible it could be new, where the prosecutor is actually saying, okay, we're going to issue an arrest warrant, and they went to the court to try and get that. But the way that this reads, and this is what I want to caution people against from jumping the shark, is that this is something that we already knew kind of existed. The case with Nexon and where they've gone and what they've already told the United States court is that the police have already attempted to go through the prosecutor's office and have that arrest warrant issued. We don't know whether or not that is what this article is talking about, or if the prosecution office actually went and tried to have a warrant issued through the court to have Joo-Hoon Choi arrested. Even if that happens, though, I want to caution people against making any kind of harsh judgments in advance of this case, especially considering the fact that it is criminal. Remember, civil cases are a different animal. You don't necessarily have to prove complete innocence. It comes down to whether or not people actually stole things, and then there's usually settlements and money exchanged and percentage ownership and all this other stuff, right? Those are business matters. In criminal court, we have that innocent until proven guilty piece that everybody needs to really hold on to here, because there have been a multitude of cases, I'm sure in Korea, especially in the United States, and the court systems tend to mimic each other in this regard, where innocence is assumed until they are proven guilty. And I, for one, wouldn't necessarily want to nail anybody up by saying that they are going to get screwed and they're going to jail and all these other things until after it's actually been proven. I've been saying this entire time, it comes down to proof. And I don't know whether or not Nexon has that actual proof. So we'll see. But if this is new, that means that it changes the narrative a little bit. Because if the prosecutor finds that there is enough evidence there to pursue a case, and if they're anything like the United States, prosecutors tend to take things that look as though they might be slam dunks. We'll have to see whether or not it actually ends up being a slam dunk, or whether or not this trail stops the moment that Joo-Hoon Choi deleted all of his files and can prove it. Either way, this would be another avenue for Nexon through the criminal process to obtain all of the source code information and everything else that they're already litigating on the civil side and be able to rehash it over again in regard to criminal court and Joo-Hoon Choi's involvement in it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, guys, that's what I have for this one. Thanks so much for coming and checking me out. I would love it if you guys would consider subbing the channel. That would mean the world to me. Thank you guys so much for lending me your eyeballs. You guys are amazing. As always, if you wouldn't mind coming by the stream, I am live almost every day around 7 to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at twitch.tv/onepeg. Also, come and follow me on TikTok. I just had my first TikTok get over 1 million views inside of a 24-hour period. About 1.7 million views on my latest upload. So that's kind of sweet. Anyway, we'll see you in the next one, okay? Thanks, everybody. Peace.